Schools are critical to helping students learn appropriate social behavior. What initiatives would you like the schools to do, and how do you see the Wilton schools partnering with the community to create a civil society?
It's a good question. I think our schools are doing a lot right now for social initiatives. I think it was Middlebrook who just initiated I forget the name of the program is, but it had to do with appropriate recycling. So I think that's a great start. I think we've got some of our clubs, I know at the high school, that focus on social civic work. I think there's always more that can be done for helping our kids be more civically involved and more in tune with the community and more interactive with what the community is doing to drive these programs forward. So I think what's going on is great, but I would definitely like to see more. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hemmerle.
Thank you. I honestly think our schools and our kids do a pretty good job. We are a community that I think pays a lot of attention and values appropriate social behavior, civil service, awareness, and occasionally there's going to be the blip on the radar that we have to deal with, and I think our schools do a pretty good job of doing that. And the message gets out in each of those situations as they arise, or teaching opportunities for us, and I think the schools do a pretty good job. I'm proud of our students. I'm proud of the volunteer work they do, the relationships that they have among themselves, the behavior they exhibit at athletic events is really pretty good, pretty remarkable. I'm very pleased, and we just need to continue to do it through our clubs and through the teaching opportunities as they arise.
Ms. Low.
Thank you. Starting with the schools, I'm really glad to say that civility is included in the mission statement. It says Wilton graduates will be, et cetera, and then, quote, socially responsible, civic-minded, and demonstrate the virtues of compassion and empathy. So in our school, I think we have lots of programs and structures in place so students can feel safe, secure, connected, and engaged, starting with the small groupings, the teams, the corps. We have advisor programs. We make sure that, to the extent possible, that all students feel comfortable talking to at least one adult. There are peer-to-peer programs in the schools. There are positive behavior supports, et cetera. We also have a strong counseling department. I think the reaction to the recent swastika and the gun photo, the messages came out clear and loudly from the school personnel and was communicated to the students and the parents. I'm proud as a community that there are lots of support for those messages of civility, and the Board of Selectmen has adopted that statement. It was also started to work in the RTC and the DTC. There's also a wonderful community network of support, and that is really precious to Wilton. The Wilton Youth Council, the Wilton Youth Services, all augment and support programs for youth, including parent education. And of course, we have the Wilton Interfaith Action Committee. So there are a lot of structures in place to support, promote, and reinforce civility. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Jeanes?
I actually also agree that there are a lot of programs right now that the schools are working with. I do appreciate the fact that even at Miller Driscoll, they are teaching their children, you know, as far as be nice to each other, and they start at the small level and kind of move up that way. I think that there is an organization that has also stepped in to help out as well. The Wilton Youth Council has done a lot for some behavior and stress issues that have also come up, so that, you know, as far as what there is civically, I think there's a lot of behavior that is being addressed in the schools, and I would, as a board member, make sure that that is happening in all 4 schools at the appropriate levels.
Thank you. Ms. Jeanes, would you care to use another 30 seconds?
No, I'm good.
Mr. Hemmerle? Ms. Low?
Just want to point out that there's a lot of volunteer activity going on at all the levels. It's pretty remarkable, from the littlest kids to the oldest kids. So I think that's another attribute of our system, and that promotes the idea of giving back to others and being civil.
Ms. Jeanes, you can use another 30 seconds.
I'm still good.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right.
Wait, may I go? May I have 30 seconds?
Yes, no, yes, I thought I offered you the.
No.
Fine, take 30 seconds.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I pointed out earlier a lot of civic responsibilities within the school, but I just want to point out too that the schools have the Safe School Climate Plan, which is an excellent guide on how we teach and we help our students become responsible and caring citizens. I'm also a huge fan of the 3 R's, which was adopted by Cider Mill, and I think Miller Driscoll might be using it as well, and that's respect, responsibility, and ready to learn. I wish more adults would use the 3 R's, but anyway, thank you.
Thank you very much.